Okay, I just pulled the pan off and we can see what happened here. You can see the what would be the third and the seventh lobe, I guess you call it, on the crank, broke on the cast. You can see the break there, and then you can see the break on the other side there. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Broke off the one rod cap on what would be the 7, and I think this just got beat up. It's a distorter, but it got beat up, get knocked around. And now there's a rod, a bearing over here. It's got beat up, getting bounced around. But you can see where that's where the piston came apart. It came down too low, shredded the rings off of it, and then that threw it around, and somehow that piece ended up way up on top. You can see here's the one piston. The rod's bent, and the rod bolts actually broke, and that's this cap here. You can see a piece of ring down in there. But to be honest with you, I'm somewhat amazed with this, that's all the damage that I still got to tear it apart, but the rest of the stuff all looks good. You can see there the journal surface actually, to me, looks really good. Which tells me it wasn't, nothing got hot. There's no sign of any heat anywhere. It just broke, and then the force then broke those bolts. So my guess is it's just the crank, and that's part of that is my fault. I went with a cast iron crank. They're 9000 series, and they're supposed to be lightweight, and I guess I found that out. So I got to go to a forged crank, so we'll have to be looking at that. But I think the good news is we're probably, we got to look at everything, but we're probably just looking at 2 pistons and 2 rods, and obviously we'll put all new bearings in it and whatnot in the new block. And so that answers the mystery at this point. I'll post another one here, or another video with this post once I get everything out. We'll look at all the stuff. Okay, so I'm a little further along now. I've got the rest of the main caps off, and you can see, and you can also, they look really good. I mean, there's some surface stuff on this one a little bit. The front main looks really good. The other thing is on the thrust, looks good, and if you can almost see the gap there, it's almost perfect as far as thrust. So that's one of the things you need to look at on a crank in case we had something going on there. But anyway, a little farther along.